That was me running up the stairs.
All right. Welcome to Tribal Council, Rockhopper Tribe. Um, so I would say last round was very eventful. And the round before that also very eventful. I feel like you guys have been kicking it up a notch, gameplay wise. So just as a general question, because I want to know what everybody thinks tonight. Do we think that tonight is going to be another sort of everyone knows what's happening and someone is pleading for their lives? Do we think it's going to be a power struggle? What do we think? What is tonight's vote about in a nutshell? Anyone can answer.
Well, Azia, I don't really want to add anything. I just want to say that question scares me, like, a lot.
Yeah, because you just said that we're kicking up the game, like, in notches, but, like, it's, like, less than last time, so that scares me because that means I'm probably out of the loop on something. Because, like, we've been playing less than we did last round and the round before, so...
That's what I was referring to, is the last two rounds. The last time I saw you have to remember, I don't pay attention to anything that
kind of
happens
scares me.
outside of tribal. I'm telling you guys, the tribal councils that I've seen so far have been a little bit wild. So what am I looking forward to tonight? How are we feeling? What's the vibe? Just somebody put it out there.
Well, I think nothing is going to beat Last Tribal. I honestly believe that nothing will ever be able to beat Last Tribal because just Kyle, you calling everyone out, and just the very strong emotions everyone was experiencing. You can't beat that. There's literally no way you can beat that.
So with that being said, Kyle, do you want to call some people out?
I think Kyle might be frozen.
Well, that's sad.
That is sad. We'll move on. So Austin's here. No, he's not. Okay, Austin isn't here. Why is the mean person never here? Anyways, who here feels like, because Austin's name was definitely thrown out in the last round, who else feels like their name was in the mix? They might be in trouble, and could you say why that is? If anyone feels like that's you.
I mean, like, no one should feel safe. I mean, like, that's kind of clear.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, if you think that your name's not being thrown out, then, like, fuck you, and it should. Because, like, I don't know. We should all be, like, paranoid to an extent.
Kyle, can you speak now? Okay, yeah, because you froze, but Jared asked you basically if you feel like you have anything to say this tribal, because you had a lot to say last
Y'all
time.
shit starters.
I want to know what's good. You're muted, Kyle.
No, that's not it.
Hello?
Hello?
I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm sorry. My phone's being really weird.
Well, how are you feeling tonight? What do you...
Fine.
What do you...
I'm fine. I feel like I'm going tonight, so I just kind of took it easy. Made some buffalo chicken dip, watched this Packer game. That's about all I did all night long.
Ooh.
So, regardless of what happens, I mean, like, last time I was just basically fighting for my life because I knew if Rizzo went, I was probably next, or I was going to be within the next 2 or 3. So, like, all I could do was fight for my life. Granted, I was strong and emotional about it, yes, and I apologize if anybody is not used to that or did not like that. I've apologized to the people that I feel like it upset most. So I wasn't anything personal ever. Would never want to take it that far. Hopefully I didn't. I didn't mean to. I wasn't in my right state of mind, but my emotions were true in the fact of what I see going on in the game. And that's just from what I'm seeing from pretty much the bottom. It could be different. Obviously, people at the top, it's going to look way different than me when no one talks to me. So, like, I don't really have anyone to call out. I feel like everybody knows where I think this game sits. After tonight, if I go, it's going to be 4 Thrush and 4 Petrel, and as long as I'm remembering everything right. And if so, I would absolutely love to watch the fourth Rush get to the Final Four. That would be absolutely dope, in my opinion, to completely turn the game like that. As a fan of Survivor and like this strategic gameplay, that would be dope to watch that happen. So that's all I got to say.
All right. So this is another question anyone can answer, and this is just a general gameplay question. If you feel like you could be in danger, or at the very least, you feel like you're definitely not safe, you don't have immunity, how do you choose who to vote based on what do you think will stick? You know, what are people worried about at this point in the game? Are they worried about challenge threats, social threats? Are they thinking long term to the finale even? What are you, when you point the finger, what are you labeling these people as?
Okay, I just want to say that there is like, I feel like there's no real way to be a challenge threat because I mean I think we've all seen these challenges before, and it's like not what we've been like expecting. I mean, it's like there's no way to be a challenge threat right now. Like really.
The only way to be a challenge threat now is to have a bunch of friends because apparently everyone gave a bunch of shit to Austin, and like that's how we won because he got more than 9 points. So obviously, and like 3 of them don't even count. So like clearly Austin was given a lot of help. So you can't really win a competition on your own. It seems like you gotta have allies who are willing to throw their game for you.
So it sounds like it's more of a issue with social threats. The person who you just threw out is immune. So where do you go from there? I'm gonna start calling names if y'all don't speak.
So, I kind of have an opinion about not necessarily like I don't even mean just in the sense of this game right here, right now. You know, you could think this was the suckiest season ever as far as gameplay is concerned prior to jury, but now that we are in jury, you know, I think we are going to see changes in people that normally would not have happened.
No.
You
For
know,
the fans, the pre-merge was great. You guys weren't there to see it, but the pre-merge was great. Trust me.
I mean, like,
The
I'm not saying
episodes were
I'm
Yeah,
literally
it's like you can't say that. You like
Trust
literally
me.
went to Tribal
Trust me,
once
Chris. Trust me.
pre-jury.
You're gonna
Like there was
Oh,
a
no.
lot that I mean,
Trust me, I'm
it's kind
not
of like
saying-
discrediting
trust-
like
well,
what we
no.
did to get
Like,
here.
yeah, I'm not saying like the pre-merge sucked. I was using it as a general sense.
no, saying, no, I know. I'm just saying you're gonna be a huge Tawny fan, and then you're gonna love seeing her get voted out.
All right, imagine so.
Dude.
I just think now that we're in jury, you know, perspective is going to change for a lot of people. You know, it's not just a matter of how you get to the end, but who you're sitting next to at the end. You know, people, they're not going to want to sit with certain other people just because there's so many different factors at play here. And I mean, obviously, I think we're going to see how it all plays out. So.
Now, one other thing that makes this season really interesting is it's clearly a final 2 instead of a final 3. So you have to find people who are going to specifically pick you to bring to the end, which adds a whole other element.
I have a question. So we saw very early in the game the immortality pool get accessed, but we have seen no signs of idols. Nobody's been guessed out of the pool, and it's about to be Final 8, with somebody potentially having 3 idols maximum out of 4 rounds. So let's just talk about how, I don't know, how that looms in the air.
Basically, do idols play
Well-
any part of your decision making when it comes to who to vote? Have you given it any thought? Are you concerned? How do y'all feel?
I
Okay. One, fuck you guys. And 2, okay, basically like I mean it's different for like it's different in normal Survivor, whereas like if you have an idol, you're safe. Whereas it's a lot different here. So it's like it's not like a normal Survivor game where like if someone has an idol then it's like ooh. But like I mean I might just be saying that.
Chris?
I mean, I was just gonna say I'm interested to see like if it does come into play and like what would happen and such. And I'm just honestly, because I think it's an interesting twist and all that. So, yeah. So, I mean, obviously, I think it's something that people think about, but like I said, there's so many different things to worry about in the game that it's not necessarily at the forefront of people's minds.
All right. Understandable. Y'all were pretty quiet, so I'm gonna assume that you have nothing else left to say. And if that is the case, then I will go ahead and ask for your votes. If you voted already, please bump it in your chat. And I'll be back to read the votes in just a moment. And Jared says one must go, of course. So.
I missed everything.
What is that? Stop that. That's better. One must go. Y'all boring.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
I'm preparing a D&D character, so I'm sorry if I'm very quiet. I'm listening. I'm just also writing a lot.
Ugh.
All right. I have the votes. When I read the votes, person vote out will have just a few moments to say their goodbyes before being booted from the game. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. I'll read the votes. The first vote is for Noah. The second vote is for Kyle. The third vote is for Liam. The fourth vote is for Noah. The fifth vote is for Noah. The sixth vote, the 10th person voted out, and the first member of our jury is Noah.
The jury.
Noah, the tribe has spoken. Do you have anything you want to say?
No, not really. Good job. Love playing with you guys. Hope to see you guys soon. Play hard, have fun, keep doing what you're doing. Excited to see you guys play this game. Gonna vote for the best player, so play hard.
Bye, Noah.
I love you,
Thanks,
Noah.
Hugs.
Bye-bye.
You're great.
All right. Well, congratulations, all of you, for making it this far. You've clearly made jury. And I will see you at the next tribal council. Woo!